G'day everyone, welcome back. Brian here, Japanese whiskey review. Moving on to our next brand, Hombo Shuzo, famous for their Mars whiskies. Mars may well be my favourite Japanese whiskies, and there are now several distilleries from memory, 2 or 3, whatever it is now. They produce their fair share of duds, and again I think I'm going to do this in a couple of parts because there's a few here. And the list again is bigger. I'll put that same link in the description. You can see all my ratings for the 580 odd whiskies, Japanese whiskies that I've tasted so far. Avoid the blacklist. So anyway, here we go. Going to kick off, by the way, cheers, Kanpai. And we're going to do Mars Amber Blend, 40% ABV. And the nose, sherry, honey, malt, dates, raisins. No grainy notes that I can pick up. Okay, guess that's a positive. Well, not a positive, who cares? I didn't mean it like that. I just thought for a blend there wasn't a lot of grainy notes in this one. And palate, light-bodied, some sherry, some nuttiness, toffee, dates, and a little nougat or nougat, depending where you come from. And the finish, short on dry sherry, toffee, and nuts. Last word, a simple, untaxing whiskey that works best mixed or on the rocks as the makers intended. So I guess they weren't expecting a lot out of this. That's the way I thought about it, but as a sipper, well, 70 out of 100 from me. Excuse me. Oh, that's good. I just finished off a dram of the Miyagikyo Grande. This is the Yoichi. I've had, a bottle of the Miyagikyo and a couple of bottles of the Yoichi. And the Yoichi is, I don't know how I rated them when I did notes or something, but the Yoichi, yeah, that's special. That's old school. Get a bottle. Still get it at duty free around the joint. Picked up another bottle a month ago in Singapore, airport duty free. So they're still floating around, even at 170 Australian dollars. I think that was about 150 Sing dollars. That is a super whiskey. Anyway, going to do one of the very first Japanese whiskies I ever bought. Okay, this is the first time I went to Japan, picked up 5 or 6 bottles, and this was one of them. Another one was the Kuruizawa 17-year-old. It wasn't a single cask, it was like a 40%. It's kind of like a little bulbousy kind of bottle with some indentations in it. Nick it from the barrel and a couple of others I can't remember off the top of my head. I still love the bottle and I still got it. And I still open it up, I can still smell the sherry, but at the time didn't rate it too well. So it's Mars Komingatake Maltage Sherry Cask, 10-year-old, 40% in the beautiful porcelain bottle. Nose, honey, sherry, blood oranges, lime, a little bit of oak, kind of burnt toffee smell, and something maritime like seaweed. Palate, biscuity with some chocolate. Nuts, malt, toffee, and smoke. Finish, mainly toffee, nuts, smoke, and some lingering bitterness. And I can tell you, even with the open bottle, if I went and smell it now, it's quite, I think it was Oloroso sherry. Just that nuttiness that I pick up in Oloroso sherry, more creamy, more nutty. Last word, yeah, kind of like, the Cadbury cherry milk chocolate centres, or the cherry creamy centre. That's what Oloroso kind of reminds me a bit about, with some like sweet nuts like macadamia. Anyway, palate, biscuity, I said that. Bit of chocolate, nuts, malt, toffee, and the smoke. Finish, mainly toffee, nuts, smoke, and some lingering bitterness. Sorry if I got sidetracked. Last word, I had to admit, on first opening, I didn't take much of a liking to this whiskey and probably would have scored it at around 73 out of 100, whatever that means in reality. I don't know, those scores are in our own mind. In my scoring system on my blog, you'll see what the scoring means. It's very succinct and to the point. It's been open for around 7 months now. This is a long time ago, and it's never going to be a world beater. It has improved quite a bit. The smoke saves it, so there's a little bit of lingering smoke in there. They had complexity. Still only rated 79 out of 100. Heaven knows what they cost now. Okay, let's move on. So, we got a Mars single cask number 904, age 15 years and 53% ABV. Again, I always find it curious when single casks are such a low ABV. Have they added some water because of, I don't know, angel share being taken, so you're just trying to get more bottles out of it? Don't know. Nose, fairly light with apricot, walnuts, fresh cut timber, sandalwood, caramels and lime. Palate, I got peanuts, walnuts, wood chips, wood spice, caramels, lime, cinnamon and coconut. Coconut's never a bad thing, a lot of the time with me. Finish, shortish on mixed nuts, like a mixed nut packet that you can get from the supermarket with Werther's Originals and like a caramel. Not a chew, where are they? Do they come in a chew now? I can't remember. Anyway, they're like a caramel candy. And lime. Last word, there are some nice flavours, but you have to dig hard to find them. So rated that 79 out of 100. The bottle, however, was quite lovely, the bottle it came in. Okay, let's go. Ooh, see, this is where it gets a bit tough, you know. I've had a couple of some real crackers of these vintage aged Mars. Bottles were beautiful with the calligraphy on them. I'm just looking at the bottle shape now and my notes from the blog. Mars coming to Comma Gatake single cask vintage 1988 sherry cask numbered 566, 46% ABV. It seems too pure to not have some water in there to me. I don't know how they do it, because a lot of them will just, a lot of these bottlings are the same shape and these vintages, well, 46, 46, 46, 46. That doesn't seem random to me. It seemed by design that there may be some water added. Nose, sherry, match heads, preserved plums, honey, toffee, medium oak, thickened cream, medium oak on the nose, as in it's not overpowering, it's in the centre, thickened cream and oats. Palate, toasty, match heads, honey, banana leaf, dry sherry, toffee, candied nuts and nutmeg. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, sounds alright. Finish, short medium on dry sherry, match heads, toffee, honey, flinty. So those kind of match heads, sulphur, that flintiness, it's a bit overwhelming. Reminds me of Highland Park 12 or 18 or Glenfarclas 21. Not really my style of sherry, but nothing particularly off either. So what I'm thinking of is definitely more on the flinty, sulphury side of sherry cask. Less balance. And again, this didn't dip below the 80, but the price to quality ratio put it in the, you know, the blacklist of no buy again at 80 out of 100, and they're probably selling in the thousands of dollars right now. Okay, we're going to finish this one up on episode 1 of the worst Mars of all time, because I've got about another 5 to go by the looks of it. So let's crack on. We'll do this one, and then I'll do another episode after this. Mars Away Tradition, or UI Tradition, 2016. This is when I tasted it. It's still floating around today. 40% ABV. Nose, honey, sweet lemon, fresh cut timber, raisins, caramel, dried pears, and putty. Palate, honey, cinnamon, raisins, toffee, dry pears, and pepper. A richer flavour on the palate than the EY or EY bourbon cask, but still fairly simple. Finish, honey, flat cola, yeast, toffee, and a little oak. Last word will be joining its sibling, the AY bourbon cask, as the whiskey base for highballs. So once I've done some of these tastings that are not to my taste, then I do them neat, so you've got a bit of an idea what the base flavours are like according to the way I taste and my palate. Then if they're not to my taste, I'll finish the bottle, but it's going to end up as a highball, something like that. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll do part 2 next. Bye for now.